Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. I know.
Are you firing me?
We made you drive all the way in here.
Let's get this going before we have to
Turn around.
for the next 4 hours.
Turn around and head home via Westmont would be great. I hit a rat at Lakeshore Drive in Fullerton.
How could you?
And it wasn't the evil rat. It was like, I guess maybe it's between a mouse and a rat size, like 4 inches long.
The evil rat? What are you, the nutcracker?
The evil rat are those rats that look like rats, like the big foot-long rats.
That seems like a blanket racist statement towards the rats.
Is it racist to say a big rat is...
Is evil?
Yeah.
What, do you lock your car door when it goes by? Not a good look.
I don't stop at the stop signs when I see the big rats.
Not good.
Yep. Anyway, this guy was he was eating something on Lakeshore Drive.
Oh, my God.
So all I could think about was he's just having this nice little meal.
He was so happy.
Yeah. And he doesn't know what happened to him as far as I know, unless the little rat going to rat heaven on the way up saw the car and he went like, F you, or, something back to me. The little ghost rat flying up.
I mean, think about it. There's that episode of The Sopranos where Tony's talking to Bobby Bacala about shooting somebody for the first time, and Bobby makes the observation, you probably don't even hear it when it happens, meaning when you get shot, you probably don't even know what happens. That rat has no idea what happened to it.
Which is, by the way, a precursor to the end of The Sopranos and how maybe it really did end, but we're not going to do a spoiler of a 20-year-old TV show
no
right
spoilers here.
God dang.
Well, I actually haven't seen the ending, so thank you.
Have you not really watched it all the way through?
No, because I was really excited to finally watch The Sopranos during COVID. Not that COVID was good, but I'm like, well, at least I can watch The Sopranos.
What I heard was that COVID was good.
That's what I heard.
I was like, okay, well, let me be productive at least. And I really want to watch this show. And I'm home a lot more. And I started it, and I got a handful of episodes in. And then I didn't know this. I guess HBO gives you like 3 free episodes, so that way you become obsessed with something and you buy a subscription.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Or at least they did. I don't know if they still do that, but during COVID they did. And it was like, the next episode's $7.99. I'm like, I'm not going to do that for the next 8 seasons of The Sopranos. And so I watched the first 3 episodes of The Sopranos.
Did you like it?
I didn't like the first episode. I thought it was boring. I thought we were going to get right into it based on how people talk about it.
Yeah, you got to the whole first season.
This fat guy's just hanging around his pool a lot. I don't really care that much.
Wow.
I'm like, okay. Do something.
Well, it gets better.
Yeah.
It gets better.
Well, I may never know, so.
I don't know what to get you for Christmas. Subscription to HBO.
Or just a DVD box set, maybe?
I don't know how to play a DVD. I don't think I have a DVD player.
DVD.
Does Tristan, your son, does he have a PlayStation or an Xbox?
He has a Nintendo Switch console.
Okay, that does me no good.
I don't know.
Hold on, this is amazing.
Hold on.
Sorry.
I can get Kenzie. Hold on a second. I can get the whole Sopranos complete box set at Walmart for $36.
That sounds fair.
Really, for DVD box set?
Brian, what year is it?
They're like, no one can watch it. It's just for decoration.
Yeah, it's an art piece.
I wanted to say they used to. I pictured that thing costing $289.
When it came out, it probably did. It's 2025 though.
$36 for all the Sopranos?
Well, yeah, because you could get several months of the streaming service for that much. So you might as well just do that and then also watch other shows.
You even get storytelling in between the episodes about each episode.
I don't want that.
Come on.
Who wants that? I hate when that happens.
I'm adding this to my cart for Kenzie's Christmas gift for later on. I always wait too long. This way I got it done.
I didn't ask for that.
You want to hit the birthday first, or you want to hold that until Christmas?
Wait, when's your birthday?
Sometime in July, maybe. I don't know.
It makes me so mad that you guys can't figure out what my birthday is.
I don't think you guys understand what I'm saying here. This is 30 discs.
Wait, hold on. It's 30 discs.
I don't have a place for that because this is from the era of huge entertainment centers.
Yeah.
And stuff. Nobody has a spot for this. Now you just have one little box.
Yeah, your husband has too many totes. You don't have the room for the Sopranos DVD box set.
So it's seasons 1 through 6 plus all those extras. It's 30 discs, and it says they've sold 183 and there's only 4 left. Whatever they had in stock, it was 187 apparently.
That's a nice round number. That makes sense.
I don't know. Well, like Kenzie said, they were probably laying around for the last 15 years. And they just put them out there.
Horrible. People returning them.
God. Oh, this is great. There's a whole bunch. I'm going to buy a whole bunch of DVDs.
I think about that all the time. I kind of want to start buying DVDs again.
Well,
Why? Because now they're like records to you?
Okay, didn't love the tone.
There's a big tone on that one.
But yes, that's exactly it. It's like, why not?
Small records.
Why not get back into physical media?
With pictures on it.
All right. I got Kenzie's Christmas gift done. I'm really happy today.
Yeah. Hey, take it off your to-do list. You're good.
The Sopranos box set. Merry Christmas.
Want it.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. It's 8 o'clock. It's Friday, and that is Case's movie review time. Let's do it.
For Christ's sake, tomorrow's the 4th of July, and we will be open for business.
What country you from? What ain't no country I ever heard of? They speak English and what?
Utah. Give me 2.
Do you enjoy pain?
Pain don't hurt.
Wax on, right hand. Wax off, left hand.
Now fry like bacon, you little freshman piggies. Fry, fry!
Playing football in West Canaan may have been the opportunity of your lifetime, but I don't want your life.
Let's go. Case has been doing this for over a year now. At 25 years old, hadn't seen many movies before we started this feature, and now he's seen a lot of the greats. And Stephen in Round Lake said even though he's seen a lot of the movies you've seen, every time you announce a movie you're doing that week, he watches it on Thursday night to remember all the things you're going to talk about. Just make sure he's totally up to date on the vibe.
Well, then let me announce now that, while we have Groundhog Day to talk about today, next week will be The Breakfast Club. It is the 40th anniversary next Friday.
God, 40?
Of the first screening of The Breakfast Club, the premiere night. I've never seen that movie. I know nothing about it. I'll be watching The Breakfast Club next week.
What do you think it's about?
I hope it's about pancakes. It's a bunch of teenagers who love eating breakfast.
Well, it's interesting doing Groundhog Day today because you're doing, in essence, 2 big Chicago movies, both being filmed here. And Groundhog Day, not in the movie, doesn't say it's Woodstock, Illinois, but that's where it was all filmed.
Is Breakfast Club a Chicago movie?
Yes, with John Hughes filmed all his movies and allegedly staged here in the Chicagoland area.
Good to know. Did not know that.
Yeah, you seen Home Alone? That was one of them you did?
Yeah, I saw Home Alone. Kevin sucked.
Oh, God. All these reviews are up on the app you put them up on?
Oh, I'm on Letterboxd now, which is at Caselow, CaseLowe, which is my name. Also, go ahead and follow me on Instagram if you're looking to do so.
Good Lord, he threw in an Instagram plug? God.
But yes, all my reviews, my archives are on the Letterboxd app, which is the go-to movie reviewing app on social media.
All I imagine when Case plugs his Instagram is him in a swimsuit, like putting his ass on the sink, and like doing the back shot. Follow me.
I keep telling him. I tell him that's the only way to get more followers.
I know.
He won't do it.
I need more followers.
All right. Here you go. We start off every week with the trailer from this movie, Groundhog Day, of course, that came out February 4th, 1993. Here we go.
Groundhog Day!
Groundhog time.
1,000 people freezing their butts off waiting to worship a rat.
Weatherman Phil Connors is spending the day in Puxatawney, Pennsylvania.
Phil? Ned Ryerson. I did the whistling belly button trick at the high school talent show.
Bing!
Bang!
But Phil's about to find out he's not just stuck in Puxatawney.
Will you be checking out today, Mr. Connors?
Chance of departure today, 100%.
He's stuck
Groundhog Day!
in Groundhog Day.
I'm reliving the same day over and over. Yes! Groundhog Day!
Life has a funny way of repeating itself.
What did you do today?
Oh, same old, same old.
That's a detailed trailer. It's a long trailer.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it really tells the movie, lays it out for you. And again, just so you know, and especially for Steven checking in from Round Lake on the review, it says 94% on Rotten Tomatoes.
All right.
That's a great rating.
It's a good rating.
It's a great rating. So, Case, what did you think of the movie Groundhog Day?
I was nervous to watch this because despite, living in Chicago, greatest city in the world, loving it here, I don't really have a relationship with Bill Murray movies. I've seen him in Space Jam because he's the one non-basketball guy in Space Jam. But otherwise, to me, he's just the wacky guy at Cubs games. And because I don't have a relationship with him, it's like somebody get the hook, get this old man off my TV. I don't know why he's there.
Good Lord.
So I was nervous to see this movie because I have no relationship with Bill Murray. And I have to say, Groundhog Day is a fantastic movie.
Oh.
I am so happy I watched this. It is everything I want.
I didn't expect that, by the way.
No. It has a great story. I find it to be very funny. It has a lot of like heat check type characters where they just come in, say a funny line, and get out. The women in this movie are cute. I love it. Groundhog Day is fantastic.
Oh, slow down. The women are cute.
Andy McDowell brings it in every scene. And also Nancy, the second woman in this movie, because it was the 90s, we still had kind of a cap on how many women you can have in a movie. But Nancy...
That's not true, by the way. That's false.
Well, they don't have a ton of personality in this movie.
That's Case...
Girls Gone Wild had a lot of women in it, Case. How dare you?
Thank you.
How dare you?
Thank you for speaking up for the ladies of the 90s.
Yeah, wow.
The other woman in this movie, Nancy, was Jerry's girlfriend in the Big Salad episode of Seinfeld.
Oh, I forgot about that.
And she's gorgeous. Love it. This movie is great because a lot of times when I talk about these movies, Brian has forced me to sit through these 2.5-hour epics and these 3-hour slogs. And there's, oh my God, we could lose this. Let's get on with it.
Sorry, a great film has depth and length.
Oh, I know. Yeah, you're such a martyr for watching all these great movies.
That's right.
This movie's an hour and 40 minutes, and I wouldn't cut a single thing. Every single scene in this movie, from the initial build-up to the first Groundhog Day to the second day where he finds out that he's reliving the same day now, which I think is maybe the highlight of the movie, when he confronts the guy in the hotel, the bigger guy, and he shoves him up against the wall and says, "Pork chop, don't mess with me." Immediate escalation, fantastic. Through all of the days with Andy McDowell's character and him, first laughing at studying French poetry and then being a French poet himself. Through all of this movie, it never lets its foot off the gas. It is funny in every scene. The acting is terrific. I love the story. This is a winner. This is an absolute winner of a movie.
Wow.
This shocks me because it's really not my favorite movie at all.
Okay.
Because I just can't watch the same thing happen over and over again. I'm like, I get it. Go. It drove me. It's funny. They do it well. I get it. It's the entire concept just doesn't sit well with me. Like, I don't want to watch it again. I was always hoping he'd wake up and it just wouldn't be the Groundhog Day.
But see, I think part of the reason I liked this movie was when I was single and I was going on a lot of Hinge dates. It's not that I would obviously go out with the same person.
Whoa.
All the time, because I was when I was single, I was having a lot of first dates. I wasn't having a lot of second dates and certainly wasn't having a lot of third dates. But
don't feel sorry for that.
No, it was earned. I always tell people that are like down on their luck and really want to date. Like, I'm going through this with my brother right now. I'm like, dude, take reps. You got to take batting practice because dating is not something that came natural to me. Just the rhythm of that conversation, the aloofness, but also paying attention. It's very hard. I would love to be Bill Murray and just perfect one day. Just figure out exactly what I need to do to have the perfect day. And so I love his Andy McDowell approach because I certainly have put my foot in my mouth many, many times on dates, but I never had the chance to have a do-over. I went out with women that were gorgeous, and I screwed it up 5 minutes into the date.
Shocking.
I know. Who would have thought?
So you need like 17 times first dates.
Nice. It would have been very, very nice. I actually think, I said that there's no missing scenes from this movie, or I'm sorry, there's no scenes I would cut from this movie. I think there's a scene that needed to be explored. It's the one issue I have is, although I can buy into fantasy land and this hypothetical scenario in which he is living the same day over and over again, we see him do all of these different things to try to escape this cycle. He's a drunk driver driving on the train tracks. He is in the bathtub and he throws the toaster in the bathtub. He jumps off the building. All very funny stuff. I love that sequence, that montage where he's trying to, kill himself. I do think
Case can relate to relating to that more so.
Oh boy,
good family fun.
I don't understand why there wasn't a scene in this movie in which he tries to stay up for 24 hours straight. That's the one thing that this is missing because the day always resets at 6 a.m.
So where does it reset?
Yeah, with the morning zoo show and the Sonny and Cher song. The one thing we're missing is what happens at 5:59 a.m. and then what happens at 6 a.m. Does he just automatically reset? That's really the only issue I have in the universe that they created, because otherwise I buy into this guy, whether it was, he was in this time vortex for no time at all, or 5 years, 10 years, 100 years, because Buddhists, as I learned, Buddhists really latched onto this movie, and they credited Harold Ramis with sort of exploring the true meaning of life.
Oh, my God.
This sort of peace and tranquility. This is a real thing. Buddhists love Groundhog Day. They think it really represents their culture well. It's a real thing that I read.
Wow.
But he's trying to kill himself for a lot of it.
It's tough. It's tough. But at the end of the movie, he finds peace and tranquility.
That's page 17 in Buddhism in the book.
Yeah. I see. Okay, so they're more fond of the ending, not the journey.
Yes,
yeah.
They're like, I love this guy with the toaster in the bathtub.
And with Harold Ramis and Bill Murray, partners in crime their whole life, but then, as you reminded me, that this was the movie where their friendship ended.
Yes, yeah. They did not talk to each other from 1993. I think Harold Ramis died in 2014. They did not speak to each other until shortly before Harold Ramis passed away. That's because Bill Murray he was going through a divorce while this movie was being filmed, so he was already agitated. But for whatever reason, he decided to be extremely prickly on set and wouldn't take notes, was very, very demanding. And Harold Ramis was devastated because he, throughout the time they weren't speaking, would say glowing things about Bill. And it's like, I hate what happened here. I'd really like to talk to him. And Bill Murray would be, he'd have nothing to do with him. Actually, they disagreed so much on set. There's the scene where the kids are throwing the snowballs at Bill Murray. Harold Ramis asked the kids to throw snowballs as hard as humanly possible at Bill Murray as a way of getting back because he was pissing him off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, two great Chicagoans, two of the funniest guys in history, and Harold Ramis sadly died young. You have the scene here when Ned Ryerson's introduced.
Let's hear it.
Phil? Hey, Phil? Phil Connors? Phil Connors, I thought that was you.
Hi, how you doing? Thanks for watching.
Hey. Now, don't you tell me you don't remember me, because I sure as heck fire remember you.
Not a chance.
Ned! Ryerson! Needle-nosed Ned the head. Come on, buddy. Case Western High. Ned Ryerson, I did the whistling belly button trick at the high school talent show. Bing! Ned Ryerson got the shingles real bad senior year, almost didn't graduate. Bing! Again! Ned Ryerson, I dated your sister Mary Pat a couple times till you told me not to anymore. Well?
Ned Ryerson?
Bing!
Bing!
If you're trying to place that actor, if this does it for you, in Entourage, he was the mayor of Beverly Hills.
Wow.
He tried to get Johnny Drama, tried to get him laid.
Yeah, it all comes back to Entourage, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's what everyone knows him from, Brian.
I'm just saying, the guy's been in like 800 movies and TV shows. That's one thing you want to place Ned Ryerson from.
He was awesome on the critically acclaimed Silicon Valley, but your go-to is, of course, Entourage.
I forgot about Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
Great show, but I just didn't finish it.
So I will say, for a 1993 comedy, everything I think in this movie holds up, minus the fact that, of course, we are living in a post-global warming world. Winter, of course, has a different meaning than it used to.
Okay, don't go off the rails.
That is a bummer. Otherwise, Groundhog Day, a really, really fun movie, a funny movie, a deep movie. Bill Murray, funny guy.
How about it? You didn't know that till now.
He is funny, huh?
I mean, I had no idea.
Someday you can watch Stripes with Harold Ramis and him.
Every old guy wants me to watch Stripes.
Or what about Bob?
All of them.
So funny.
Bill Murray's Summer coming up.
All right, look.
What are you rating this in? Groundhogs?
I got to rate it out of Groundhogs. This is 8 Groundhogs out of 10, baby.
8 out of 10?
8 out of 10. This is a really good movie.
It's a good rating from you.
Family fun, funny, poignant. 8 Groundhogs, easy.
All right, when we come back here, we're going to have the winner of the trip to Lenny Kravitz in Vegas. We're going to get him on the air. If you qualified all week or know somebody that did, it's coming up.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
You can't defeat her. She's too powerful.
Clash with Kenzie.
Let the battle begin.
Q 101.
Let's go. Ken competing today for the ticket. Ken, tell us something about yourself.
Good morning. How you doing? I'm an Air Force vet. I've been in healthcare, public safety for 45 years. I retire in April, and I've got more metal in my body than my Toyota.
Whoa.
Oh, damn.
God.
You're a nightmare at a venue. Go to a concert.
Those metal
detectors.
Oh, I love modern medicine. Love modern medicine, y'all.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they go through once. Take your watch off. Take your belt off.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
People behind you are like, I want to see their first song. Come on, man, just let them in.
It's not anything I have on me. It's my body.
It's my knees.
Well, thank you for your service. Thank you for your service. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
All right, here we go. First one to 5 wins. Well, it's our privilege because if you didn't do that, we couldn't do this. And
imagine Brian doing that job. We'd all be screwed.
Yeah. God. I'd get in that plane and just take off the other direction where the people were shooting at me.
Back up.
He goes on vacation. Why are you in Bora Bora?
Yeah. Ukraine, I'm not flying over there.
It's chilly this time of year.
God.
Go in the summer. It's cold.
Land a fighter jet on the beach.
Yeah, no. I was over in West Germany at the time. We were shagging a couple of cute terrorists called Bader-Meinhof around West Germany.
Good Lord, you're a man.
God. Brian is not.
I am not a man.
Brian, do you want to go to West Germany?
No, I want to drink with an umbrella in it on the beach. Yeah. Thank
Brian
God.
thought D-Day was just on the beach. He's like, that sounds awesome.
Oh, man. Thank God for Ken, man, and people like him.
Oh, jeez.
All right, first one to 5
Thank you,
wins. Listen carefully. If Kenzie gets one wrong, he can steal a point. She can do the same to you. Call heads or tails, Ken.
Heads up.
It's tails. Kenzie wins.
Let's just let him go first. He's
Let him go first?
Saving our lives from terrorists and stuff.
I'll take it.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
I've done what I can for our country.
And that's all you're going to do. Is give him
Right.
You're going to give him a coin toss.
Now I feel pretty good about myself.
I hope you can sleep tonight. That's great. All right, Ken. Question number 1. What ocean separates North America and Europe?
The Atlantic.
The Atlantic Ocean does just that. Kenzie, speaking of oceans, what city was the Titanic supposed to dock in had it not crashed, is how Case put it. The Titanic crashed.
Oh, my God.
I mean, it sank.
Yeah, but it crashed first.
It hit something.
It crashed into an iceberg.
I don't think they ever say a boat crashed at all.
But the Titanic
I think
literally
boats
crashed.
can crash into each other like that. Then that's a crash.
Or icebergs.
Or icebergs. Is it? It's me, right?
It's you,
Yes.
Ken.
Okay.
It's you.
Was it? It's New York they were going to.
It was
correct?
New York
Okay.
they were going to.
Sidebar for someone's like, she's probably Googling because you guys are arguing about crashing because they get yelled at. You guys will get into an argument and somehow I get yelled at. Let me interject with my answer first. Now continue.
Cars crash. Boats sink.
Boats have to. Oh, okay. All
Well,
right.
they don't always sink if they get in an accident, though, so that's not true.
We're talking about this after trivia. Go ahead. It's 1-1 back to Ken.
Ken, what chain restaurant has featured critical and commercial acclaim for their Bloomin' Onion?
Outback.
Outback is right. Ken's
Wasn't
got
the full
2.
restaurant name, but that's fine.
The Outback Steakhouse is what we were looking for. Sorry, Ken.
Big cheater we got in our hands.
No, he gets the point. Kenzie, what was Samuel Clemens' pen name?
Oh, okay. Wait, hold on.
All right, we'll sit here.
No, hold on. Mark Twain.
Mark Twain is right, just before the buzzer. We got a 2-2 ball game.
That's right. Back to Ken.
Ken, what super team includes Thor, Iron Man, the Hulk, Ant-Man, and the Wasp? What super team? What are they called?
Oh, geez, come on. That's the,
Pest control.
shame on me.
Was that your answer? Shame on me, he said.
No. Yeah. I'm drawing a blank.
Anything? 3, 2, 1. Okay. Kenzie, what is that?
What were they all again?
So Thor, Iron Man, the Hulk, Ant-Man, and the Wasp. So what super team?
Oh, the Avengers.
The Avengers is right.
Yeah, I knew that.
I know you did. You just didn't say it.
Thor gave it away. I was like, I don't recognize. I don't know. Wasp Man? Is that what you said? Who's
The Wasp.
I I don't know that one.
The Wasp. Paul Rudd was the Wasp, wasn't he?
No,
he was
Ant-Man.
Oh, he was
I don't know
Ant-Man.
the Wasp.
Ant-Man.
I don't know no Wasp.
Oh, we'll get to that later after the trivia, too.
After we talked about how boats crash.
That's right.
3-2 back to Kenzie.
Kenzie, what is the most popular animal eaten before it's born and after it's dead?
I'm sorry, could you say that again?
Okay, what is the most popular animal eaten before it's born and after it's dead?
I think it'd be like a chicken, like an egg.
It is a chicken.
Okay.
That one floored me. I had to read that 3 times before Case when he gave that one over.
Oh, that was so easy.
I know.
People love chicken.
People love chicken.
Love it.
Okay, back to Ken.
Yeah, Ken is in need of a point. Kenzie has 4. Ken has 2. It's back to Ken.
Ken, according to the International Dairy Foods Association 2024 Ice Cream and Frozen Novelty Trends Survey, whoa, that's a long name. What is the most popular ice cream flavor in the United States, according to that survey?
Oh, jeez. Ooh.
All those
cookies
flavors.
and cream?
Cookies and cream. Oh, no, it's not cookies and cream. Kenzie for the win.
I think it's vanilla.
It is vanilla, sadly. I don't.
Come on.
It doesn't. Most popular does not mean best. Think of top 40 music.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, vanilla, it's a vehicle for everything else, too. You could put, like, chocolate
butter
syrup.
Pecan.
Butter pecan.
I love butter pecan.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to give him the tickets because he saved all of our lives and stuff.
Oh, you're the best.
I love you.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Case had a question in class with Kenzie a minute ago. What city was the Titanic headed to before it crashed? I never heard anybody say a boat crashed before. And so I Googled, do boats crash? And this is why AI is a problem. It's a big problem.
Okay.
It said, yes, boats crash. That's got to be wrong. Boats don't crash.
I've always been a big AI guy. That's why.
By the way, in the last year, 3,844 recreational boating accidents, 564 people dead, over 2,000 injuries, and $63 million in property damage when boats crash.
Whoa.
There's your stats on boat crashes.
Well, 513 texted in and said, I'm in the Coast Guard. Boats don't crash. They just have collisions.
Ah!
So
Thank God an expert checked in.
So I don't know.
Yeah. The Titanic collided with an iceberg. Allegedly.
And then it crashed.
No, it sank after that.
I think you're both wrong. I think that collision and crash has to be like almost like two things moving. I feel like it hit an iceberg. The iceberg was already there.
Minding its business.
Yeah.
Just kicking it.
Pretty big, easy to see. It's like for real. You know when somebody bumps into you and the sidewalk's empty and you're like, seriously?
Yeah.
All this space?
Well, that's because those two dudes that were supposed to be looking for icebergs were looking at Jack and Rose, could do the hibbity-dibbity on the deck.
Mm-hmm. They were doing that. Yes.
Well, no, I think it's more about like being able to. I don't know. They didn't have radar back then, did they? Where they could tell if something was coming up.
Those guys had binoculars. They were in a perch. They were supposed to be looking for icebergs.
I know.
And then the bearded captain guy went too fast like an a-hole because he listened to the other guy saying, "We got to get to New York in time to make a big impression." Mm-hmm.
But my question is, he did get sheets. He got sheets of paper. They started were they like printing some stuff off? Like he grabbed it, and I'm like, what?
Wait, they had paper?
Didn't they have some paper?
They had paper in
they
19.
Got some stats.
Yeah, they had paper.
But he got some stats, and I want to know because they didn't have printers or anything. Did they? Did they have like radar then?
It did print out the paper that said, "Hey, iceberg warning." There's a lot out there, and because of the conditions, it's hard to see them.
Like I can't believe they had that already.
But wait, do you mean a telegram?
Something on paper.
What paper?
The paper came out when they typed this note.
I don't know how else to describe paper. I'm struggling.
But what, the paper was on the boat?
Yeah, like once they found out. Okay, I believe it was on the second VHS. I believe. So stay with me.
Did you actually get through 2 VHS tapes of the Titanic?
Yeah. I loved it.
I can't believe you didn't say this sucks. I got to change the tape. I'm not watching the end of the
movie.
movie.
It does seem like something you wouldn't like.
Why?
I know you're probably like 5 years old or something.
I did always prefer the first VHS. Sometimes I would only watch that one like after I'd already seen the movie a couple times.
Yeah.
But also, I don't know why my mom let me watch that movie so much as like a little kid. Like she'd put the VHS in for me and leave. Like I'm watching the Titanic. There's like sex scenes, domestic violence, like all sorts of stuff.
And a lot of death.
Drowning. Watched all of it. I
Yeah.
didn't have a lot of like Lord of the Rings was my favorite movie in second grade. Also a lot of death, like scary. I don't know.
Well, you grew up well adjusted. You're fine.
Yeah, things turned out great.
Anyways, you guys, second VHS, they're like, oh my God, big ice chunk, okay? Or it was right around then.
That's the actual transcript.
That's what they said.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
There's
you
a
guys.
Oh my God.
Hold up, guys, okay? There's a big thingy of ice thing here.
Like Janice was on the boat and she saw the iceberg? Okay. Right after that, like the captain gets something and he's like, oh my God. I don't know. We didn't get to see the paper. I don't know what it said.
It said there were icebergs.
He looked at it and then he looked up like scared. And I'm like, what, did he get like an email? Like, I don't know. I don't know what they had at that time. I don't know what he got, but it was like printed off on a piece of paper. It wasn't from a bird or anything.
No, they send it. They can send information and it printed out on a machine. They couldn't. There was
what machine?
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
It wasn't like an HG printer.
No, it was.
It was a telegraph. It was a telegraph machine.
A telegraph machine?
Yeah.
And
So
that's
they did
like a printer.
Wouldn't that just be a telegraph?
Because I initially, like, when I saw that as like a kid, I was thinking it was like a radar, like how you'd see like on a submarine.
No, they didn't have radar.
Have that.
Didn't have radar. Also, how disturbing is it? He gets this paper from the telegraph and says, "Hey, man, there's a lot of icebergs out there." Okay. like okay. There's a lot of ice. And he goes, "Okay, guys, just make sure it's okay. I'm going to bed."
Is that what the captain said?
Yeah, he was in bed when it happened.
Oh,
well, it was also in the middle of the night. Like, he was just sleeping for part, like, hey, how about you guys don't hit a huge ice chunk? I'm going to clock out. I understand why he felt comfortable with that.
No, I would not. If I'm the guy in charge, white beard man, I'm saying, you know what? I'm going to stay awake for these millions of icebergs that happen to be out here. I'm not trusting Jeff. He's a gambling degenerate. I've seen this guy. He probably bet on the Titanic to hit an iceberg.
Wait, that captain was honorable. He went down with the ship. How dare you? He was a very honorable man. And also, how do you know what that sheet said? Because I never saw words on it. Did it say, "Oh my God, look out"?
The evidence shows.
The next 15 minutes.
It said, "Oh my God."
Oh my God.
There's a bunch of icebergs. Oh my God. Don't go to sleep.
Can I ask something? Like, and this is for real. Who sent that to them? Like the icebergs? Like, there was nobody else out there.
The call's coming from inside the house?
Yeah, like there was nobody else out there who was like, hey, just so you know, in the middle of the ocean, we don't have radar or anything.
So
There's a bunch of icebergs.
Other boats went by and went, okay, there's some icebergs out here, so look out for them.
So other ships went by.
Yeah.
Didn't have a warning, didn't hit it. They got a warning, still hit it.
Because the guy went to sleep like an a-hole.
I don't think it was his fault.
It's totally his fault.
Okay.
And that's how the Titanic hit. That's the crash, how it happened.
Any other questions?
None.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. We were talking about the Titanic. We got there from a conversation in trivia where the Titanic crashed. In Case's words, they asked that question. And I thought that was weird. We went through a wormhole, and now we ended up with the Titanic and a conversation about how they did not see the iceberg, what was going on. The guys were looking down at Jack and Rose, and they were supposed to be looking for it with those binoculars. But then Kenzie asked, well, what was that paper coming out of that machine warning them? And they ignored it. And I guess, that was a wireless telegraph that sends messages communicating through Morse code. Somebody has to translate it and figure out what the hell the message said in 1912. That's what they had to do.
And I was like, what did it say? And who sent it? Because,
Yeah.
I was just confused. And this helped me, though, because Dodger Boy texted in and said the paper told them that there was a secret map on the back of the Constitution. So, and that, honestly, now I feel caught up.
Yeah,
so
you get it now.
No, yeah, that was, obviously I missed that part of the movie.
Damn
it.
Marco, the police detective, checked in and said, too bad they didn't have Waze. It's amazing that we have, on our phone, we obviously have way better technology to figure out what's coming in front of us. You know what I mean? An iceberg.
Well, it's amazing that we're all alive.
It really is.
Nobody knew anything until 20 years ago.
Yeah, about 18, 20 years ago.
Well,
yeah.
I think at a time before radar. How would you find anything?
I know, so you were just raw dogging it in the ocean. I hope I don't hit an iceberg.
Yeah, you were raw dog in the ocean.
Let's put a ton of people, thousands of people on this boat.
Yeah.
And just hope we don't sink it. That's what everyone was doing.
Lauren checked in from 847 that conflicts the story you just said about the map on the back of the Constitution. That's what came through that teletype machine.
Nobody's on the same page here.
She said the sheet that came through that telegraph just said simply, bro, watch out for those big icebergs.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.